Oh, okay. So we are recording. Hey guys, it's been a while. This is Nurse Howie, and then let me give you guys an update on what's been going on. As usual, I've been trying to get ready for CRNA school, and that involves not just studying, but also a lot of financial resolutions that I have to make and sure that are within my control. Okay, so I have to delete all my credit card debt for one. I have to make sure that my student loans are all in order with the Department of Education's differences. I need to be able to make sure that everything's all in line, including my retirement accounts, and then just having some kind of extra. Oh, and of course, we can't forget my bills, and definitely can't forget about my mortgage payments. And those are the biggest ones. I definitely do not want to sell my house like some people did. I want to keep it. I think it's a great investment. It's going to be, I want it to be in my, in part of my assets for life, so that I can profit off of it, because there might come a time where I won't be able to sit in during an operation, so that CRNA still involves me being physically present, so it involves me being physically active and healthy. So who knows how long that's going to happen for. Knock on wood. I'm doing my best. But yes, being prepared for something does not mean that I am not passionate about it or that I'm not getting ready for it. In fact, it's the opposite, because I am making sure that I have all my ducks in a row. Not just my study skills, of course, all the rest of my life, my mental health, my physical health, my marriage, my relationships with friends and family, all that stuff. So for an update, I did try to apply for the VA voc rehab, excuse me, now called VR&E. And for the second time, I thought that I had an interview with a counselor, but the first time was not with a counselor at all. It was just kind of a generalized phone number. I'll put that on into my my podcast notes in nursehowie.com if you want to check that out. And then the second time, I was getting ready, and I even foregone a work shift because I wanted to get ready for this, and I bought a blazer and everything. But it turned out to be just a group orientation, so it was barely nothing. But it did give me a little bit of an insight about what they're looking for, which is basically they want to make sure that you have a sustainable employment. And from what I've read, I need to make sure that my service-connected disability is not aggravated by my current employment, and that I need their services to be able to access a more appropriate environment for me. And it's true. I was fine working as a nurse. Most of my experiences coming out of the military was all critical care and trauma and um, military war type stuff that I was trained for, and so that changed over to being a critical care nurse in the civilian world. It makes logical sense, and that's where I ended up. However, as the years went by and working as a frontline ICU nurse for COVID, and then now working in the trauma, ED, and ICU, and just seeing so much death over and over, especially starting with the COVID situation. Like, I was burnt out, and then my sleep schedule was all out of whack. My blood pressure got worse. I ended up getting more blood pressure. I ended up getting the diagnosis of hypertension 10 years before my parents ever did. And so I contribute that a lot to my current environment, and I don't think that's very conducive to my current service-connected disability. So I'm looking for a change, and this is my way out. Okay, I've tried soft nursing. I'll have to take a pay cut, and I won't be able to support my family that way. So this is where it goes, because I get to keep my the skills that I've honed for over 2 decades. I get to deliver high-quality patient care. I just do it in a more appropriate environment for me now. I've done my time. I've paid my dues. I think it's just time for me to see what works for me better in the long run, while still giving my outstanding patient care, and still being um, challenged uh, intellectually, and finding motivation to keep coming in every day for work, to be able to support my family. So this is just all in line with not being homeless, not losing my job, going crazy, getting depressed, suicidal, and then being homeless. And then where's my family going to be? So it's a legit thing. I'm not doing it just for fun or because I'm bored. I'm doing it because it's out of necessity. It's one of my life. It's conducive to my life and the lives of my family. So this is where we're at. So the group orientation for the voc rehab said that it's to expect an actual counselor to get a hold of me between 5 and 6 weeks. So we will see what happens, and we'll figure it out. So any other veterans that are in my same situation, please comment below. Or if you're just interested in becoming a CRNA, you can follow my journey about how I'm preparing my life for the next step in my nursing career. I would love to hear from you, any suggestions that you may have, and then how you're doing. I just want to feel like I'm not alone in this whole situation, but that's what YouTube is for, right? All right, I will see you next time. I'm going to gather up some study content, and then we're going to go from there, okay? All right. See you soon. Nurse Howie, out. Where is this button? I can't reach it.